Early childhood development shapes each of us as individuals, and it's a crucial part in our lives, and it's the foundation for our future. It should contain nurture, proper nutrition, and morals. When a baby is first born, they are known as an infant, and infants need to be nurtured and properly nutritioned. As they have no concept of right and wrong, being taught proper morals does not yet apply to them. When infants are born, they can't see more than a few feet away, and their eyes can't focus on anything yet either. According to Kyla Boyce's online source, Developmental Milestones, they can't see as adults do until they're approximately 1 year of age. Although the sight of an infant isn't the best, hearing is at its absolute best. We will never obtain the hearing we had as an infant again in our lives. This is one reason infants sometimes appear as if they are crying for no reason. There may be a sound that is normal to us, but loud and unusual to them. And since they cannot verbally communicate with us yet, crying is a way of expressing distress. Another form of distress in an infant is growing pains. Infants on average double in weight and quadruple in height by the time they reach 1 to 2 years old. This may seem like a lot, but it's actually not when you take into consideration the average weight of a newborn is just 6 to 7 pounds, and the average height is just 17 to 20 inches. Take this bag of flour as a newborn baby. By the time they reach 1 to 2 years of age, you can double the weight and stack 4 of these on top to get their average height. In order for an infant to reach these milestones and have a healthy transition into becoming a toddler, it's crucial that they are properly nurtured and nutritioned. Infants need to be nurtured by their caregivers. Some ways of making them feel loved include cuddling with them, singing to them, playing with them, or even rocking them to sleep. In order for an infant to receive proper nutrition, they must be fed regularly, which on average is about every 2 hours, with breast milk or formula, which is up to parental preference. And they can also be offered baby food when they reach age. Infants should be changed regularly, which is also every 2 hours. And they should be seen regularly for their checkups by their physician to ensure that they are of good overall health and reaching their utmost potential into the transition to become a toddler. Once a child has reached the age of 2, they are no longer considered to be an infant, and they are now classified as a toddler. According to the online source, Stages of Growth and Child Development, Early Childhood, Birth to 5 years, just as infants, toddlers need to be nurtured and properly nutritioned. But unlike infants, they can now begin to be taught and understand right from wrong. By the age of 2, children are at the early stages of developing self-esteem, and therefore it's important that toddlers are receiving love from their caregivers. They can now begin to understand the positive tones of voice and the negative ones. If a child hears excitement and joy from a caregiver's voice when they are answering questions or looking at their artwork, they will feel more confident in themselves. Whereas when they hear negative tones regarding the same issues, they feel bad about themselves and that they can't accomplish much. Toddlers can now also pick up on reward systems. They can get lollipops for cleaning up, and they connotate cleaning up as a positive action that can result in a reward. In the contrary, when a child receives a timeout or different form of consequence for throwing toys, they begin to understand that throwing toys is a negative action that results in an undesired outcome. This is also related to children learning about the proper morals. Toddlers know how to express their emotions, even though they may not understand why or how they feel certain ways. They can express actions to show how they feel, and when toddlers get excited, they may yell or jump up and down. Just the same as when a toddler gets angry or frustrated, they may feel the need to bite, scratch, or hit. By correcting these behaviors, toddlers learn that it's wrong and know not to bite, scratch, or hit when they interact with other children and when they eventually go to school one day. Toddlers also need to be well nutritioned. They can now eat almost everything that adults can eat, and they can eat them with their fingers, and some can even use utensils. Also, like adults, a child's mood, energy level, and overall health can be a result of what they eat. So it's important that they are offered a variety of foods which contain vitamins and minerals. When a child reaches the age of 4, they can now be considered a preschooler. At this point in their development, they can verbally communicate, eat with utensils, and know the difference between right and wrong, and are now discovering their own likes and dislikes as a person. Just as with infants and toddlers, they need to be and feel loved. They can now really understand positive and negative words and easily pick up on how others feel about them and their actions. At this age, they are finding out who they are and how they feel about themselves, which which can be based upon how others feel about them. 4-year-olds can express verbally. The step now is to assure that they are using their words properly and in correct sentences. For example, they should be saying, "I am playing outside," rather than "I play outside." Or "I saw a bunny yesterday," rather than "I see a bunny yesterday." A 4-year-old's knowledge is rapidly expanding, and on average they can count, recite the alphabet, and say the days of the week. Preschoolers should know not to bite, hit, or scratch when they get angry or frustrated, and should rather know that they need to use their words to express how they feel. 4-year-olds are discovering what they like and dislike, such as foods, clothes, smells, and even other children's personalities who don't mesh with theirs. They are beginning a more in-depth discovery as to what it means to be them. They are shaping who they will be in the future. Early childhood development is a crucial part in every individual's life. It's the foundation of who we are, and whether or not we were nurtured, properly nutritioned, and taught proper morals had